Hello, good evening, everyone. I hope we're all doing well. Hopefully, you will try and join me today. So I'm not just speaking to myself, but then it doesn't matter. We can always listen to these things afterwards. Today, we're going to talk about talking. You know, we're all going through things, challenges, things that overwhelm us, but it'll be good for us to consider talking to each other. We might find that someone else in the group has a solution, or in our workplace, in our church, or wherever we find ourselves. If we don't talk, we cannot get help. So, without further ado, we are going to make a start. I will see you in a few seconds. Fantastic. I hope you guys are well. If you haven't joined, join now. If you're starting to watch this later on in the day or in the week, thank you so much for taking out time to do it. How are you doing? How is your week going? I hope it's going well. How is 2025 treating you? How are your plans? How are your targets? I hope you're hitting them. If you're not hitting them, well, most of us have the same problem. And what matters is actually trying rather than trying to hit it all the time. So it's very important that we think about that. Anyway, over the past few weeks, we've been talking about mastering uncertainties, things happening, the speed of change, the way things are changing in the life that we live now, and our struggle to make sure that we catch up with whatever it is that's happening in the environment. And I've shared so many tools that can help us to at least stay on track to be able to face those things. But today, we are going to talk about time to talk, because that's a very, very important part of the journey that we are embarking on. We have embarked on, both as men, but most importantly, as Christians. Let's get the intro and then we'll go into it.
Mastermind for Men is a supportive space where men are encouraged to grow into their best selves. We believe every man has a unique purpose and a gift to share with the world. Our dream is that this community acts as a catalyst, helping us unlock our potential and walk confidently in our purpose. Together, let's foster courage and boldness as we become the men we were born to be, making a positive impact on our families, communities, and living lives of purpose. Welcome to Mastermind for Men. Together we are bigger, better, and stronger. Iron sharpens iron.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go into it. Straight to the point, time to talk. For a very long time, we've all been told, just keep quiet, stay in it, stay and do it. Silence is strength. And, we should just keep doing what we're doing and make sure that we understand that we are real men. And because we are real men, we can push through it. And that's what's killing so many men. That's what's frustrating so many of us. And we end up hurting because we're keeping things to ourselves. How about speaking to someone? Because, if you hide a problem, especially the ones that you're overwhelmed by, it's very easy for that problem to bury you instead of speaking to someone and getting some help and getting the support that you need to be able to push forward. The truth, brothers, is it's time to talk. Whatever it is that's happening, the silence that you're keeping the silence that you are maintaining at the moment is keeping you in prison. That's what it does. It's not the way to move forward. And it's not the right thing to just keep yourself in prison and stay isolated and stay, maybe on your own because you think this is just about me. And if I don't push through, then I get nowhere. It's time to challenge that narrative and say to ourselves, I can't handle this. Put your hands up. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. Because the world celebrates a lot of these stories of lone wolf. They did it on their own. That's a myth. It's hard to find someone who has just made it on their own. There will be people around who are helping. No man becomes truly great by walking alone. No marriage gets healed in silence. No business gets fixed in silence. If you're experiencing turbulence in your business, it's time to go out there and ask for help. If you're expecting breakthrough, you can't expect that to happen in isolation. If you expect to grow, you have got to go and speak to people who are possibly where you are dreaming to be for you to be able to grow. But if you're going to keep it to yourself and try and push through and try and show your strength by enduring things you shouldn't be enduring, thereby putting yourself in prison, then the joke is on you. The joke is on me. So it's time to talk. It's very important for us to talk to people, because when we talk to people, we'll find options, we'll find alternatives. And talking is right. It's the right thing to do. It is being real, saying it the way it is. Because most of us go around thinking when you talk about your problems, you're weak. No. That's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. Remember one of the speeches of the great Les Brown I listened to. He said, asking for help is not because you're weak. Asking for help keeps you strong. And most men, what's keeping us down is because we think that asking for help is weakness. No, it's actually a very solid sign of leadership, because you're getting to where you know that you can steer the boat and you're asking for help so that you don't sink everybody else that's involved in your life. It's a sign of wisdom. And more than anything else, it's a sign that you respect yourself and your limits. So let's all stop pretending. We have challenges. We have things that we need to do. You know, there's been situations where I've had to call for help from some of our members here to say, you know, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. And thankfully, they've come to my rescue. The other option was just to go and stay on the side, even though I know maybe I was experiencing a form of hardship that wouldn't let me afford what I wanted to do at that time. Or if I say it to someone, they might think that I'm very broke and they won't want to deal with me. Thankfully, this group is not like that. But that's what keeps most of us down. And we stay down. And most times we lose the opportunities to maybe find ourselves again. So I want to give you a good challenge, and myself as well. What's that thing that's been sitting on your chest? It's been there for years, for months, or even maybe for days, that you need to bring to light. What is it? This is an opportunity for you. Give someone a call. And sometimes you think, oh, this problem has no solution. But just problems shared, they say, is problem half solved. Sometimes you just want someone to listen to you. You just want someone to listen to you. Maybe just being able to talk about something will relieve the pressure. So instead of keeping it to yourself and dying under that pressure, dying in that prison, I want you to look for opportunities for connection. Because that's the only way you can invite solutions to your problem. That's the only way you can access solutions to your problem. That's the only way you can invite healing to your problem. That's the only way you can invite truth to that situation that you're struggling with. Because sometimes we think if we keep quiet about it for long enough, then it doesn't become a problem anymore. Unfortunately, the only solution to a problem is to start solving it. If we sit on it, it becomes worse. But the good thing is we have a safe place like this where we can gather together, in this type of brotherhood where we can share problems, share our challenges, and have someone who can challenge us to either push us forward or encourage us to stay in and continue to fight in order for us to get what we need to get. It's very important that we don't put this off. Think that, we can push it for one more month or one more day. No, it's time to talk, guys. It's time to talk. I know that it's not easy. And if you sit down there and you think, oh, this is really hard, this is impossible, that's the time to talk. Talk to someone. If it's your business, talk to someone. If it's your relationships around you, talk to someone. If it's your marriage, even, talk to someone. If it's on your impact in the society, which is one of the reasons that most of us are not who we don't feel good about ourselves, because we're not contributing to the society the way we need to. Talk about it. Maybe someone will give you a clue on how to start to contribute to the society in which you live. It's not a sign of weakness, guys. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of leadership, because you're taking that responsibility upon yourself and you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to sit on this. I'm not going to sit on this. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to speak to someone about it, because you want to solve the problem. It actually shows genuineness, genuine effort to solve the problem. So let's not sit on it. The way I'm speaking is the way I'm speaking to myself as well, because I've got some things that I need to get going, but I'm trying to do those things on my own. It's never going to help. And that's why a community like ours is very, very important. To attach yourself to a place where you can feel comfortable, to speak to some people about your problem and ask for help. A safe place that guarantees that whatever is discussed in this environment stays in this environment, so that we don't continue to live and stay under that pressure. Because that's not how life is meant to be. That's why we're all in this group. We're all in associations. We're all in churches. We're all in friendship groups. Make time to talk about things. It's time to talk, guys. It's time to talk. Maybe that problem that you're sitting on will start to go down. Maybe that challenge that you're facing, you'll find a solution to it. Maybe that's peace that you're looking for, you'll find it. Not because the problem is solved, but because you've shared it with someone who is able to encourage you, who is able to tell you, look, my friend, what you're experiencing now is not strange. So many of us have experienced the same. So don't worry about it and keep pushing. I don't know what you're going through now. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know what the challenges are that's happening in your life. I just want to also encourage you, even without you telling me what's happening. I want to encourage you to speak up about it. I want to encourage you that whatever it is, there is going to be a solution. Even if it's just talking about it and other people will help you to pray about it, that's a solution right there. It's better to speak about it than to sit on it and allow that thing to break us, because that's one of the things that's likely to go wrong in a man's life. We believe that we're men, so we shouldn't mourn. We shouldn't talk about it. We should just sit down there and just do nothing. And hopefully the problem will go away, or so that we can maintain whatever it is that we think is happening or that we can achieve in our lives. No, it doesn't solve the problem at all. It rather makes it worse. It makes it worse. If it helps anyway, guys, make some time, sit in your quietness, because some of these thoughts can only come when we are sitting in peace, when we are sitting in a quiet space. That's when these thoughts are most likely to come. Ask yourself, what are the things that's going on in my life now? Take a pen and paper, or if you prefer to write it on your phone, that's still fine. Think about it. What is that one thing that you're holding on to? Write it down. About your life, about your walk, about yourself, that you've been afraid to talk about. Write it down. Once you've done that, I want you to also look at that, the second one, which is, what emotions have you pushed aside recently instead of expressing it or processing it? What is it? Write it down as well. I want you to finally think about conversations that you know that you do need to have. Think about it as well. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid it. Write it down, and now you make a plan. You make a plan. You make a plan in the next 1 week to reach out to someone, a brother, a father, a friend, a colleague. Start real conversation. Ask for help. No surface talks. Go deep. Just talk about the truth and see what help you can get. And when you're looking around as well, look at the people around you. Some people might be holding on to something. It's very easy sometimes to see those things. Sit them down and ask the same question. Ask the same question. What is it that you've been holding in? What emotions have you been pushing inside? And what conversations do you need to have that you are avoiding? I hope that this has made a bit of a difference for you today. I hope that this is going to help you to begin to think, to get invigorated by just speaking to people and finding solutions and getting those things off your chest and being the leader that you've made to be by sharing whatever it is that's happening in your life so that you can get the help you need to continue to be who you've been made to be. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope that this helped. And I hope that at the end of this week, at the end of, when we see again, there's going to be, fantastic things to share about the things that you've shared with people, about people you've spoken to, about people that you've opened up to, and about people that you've asked to open up to you, you prompted to open up to you. That's the only way we can move forward. All right, gents, you take care. You have a fantastic evening. I pray that you have a fantastic week as well. Let's keep pushing. I know that this year is just running so fast. I don't know what's happening, but look, God's time is the best. He can do great things, even if it's just a few months to the end of the year. All right, you take care, guys. You have a fantastic rest of the week, and stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. All the best, guys. Bye-bye.